Hi, good day all of you. Welcome to our session. Welcome to our channel, Intelligible Tutorials. This is the third video of our information retrieval systems. Here some of the new things that we are going to describe now. See, here we are going to discuss about the functional overview of the information retrieval system. What are the components of the functional overview of the information retrieval system? How they are going to be described. Now we are going to see. Let us see in the coming diagram, that is look at this diagram. Here the item normalization, item input will be given, and then item normalization, then selective dissemination of information, and document file creation and automatic file build. These three are the things created. Okay, this is one of the diagram. Based on this, we are going to discuss about the things now. Okay, so the total information storage retrieval system is composed into four major functional components. The first one, as we have seen in the previous diagram, item normalization. The second one is the selective dissemination of the information. And third one is nothing but document file creation, and fourth one is nothing but automatic file build. So these are the four components: item normalization, selective dissemination of the information, document file creation, and as well as automatic file build. Like that, these are the four different components we are having. Okay, so let us start how these components will work. Okay, so next, coming to the concept of the item normalization. What is the meaning of the item normalization? User can search for the relevant items, but these item search cannot be done as exactly. The system converts its output, the system converts the each and every item into the standard format. That means the system understandable format. Okay, that means it logically restructured the item. So in what way normally it logically restructured the item is nothing but some kind of the ways. What are the ways? Now we are going to see. Okay, so each and every item can be undergone some kind of the operations with the help of the searchable data structure to for the normalization. The first one is identification of the processing tokens and characterization of the tokens, and third one is nothing but stemming. That means removing the word endings. Okay, so the first one is what? Identification of processing tokens, characterization of tokens, and next one is stemming, like trimming of the tokens. Okay, next one. The processing tokens and their characterization are used to define the searchable text from the total received text. Okay, so these processing tokens can be converted into some standardized normal form, and this standardized normal form is used to perform the search throughout the document. So again, this normalization, the standardized process is also some of the universally acceptable standard format only we need to convert. What are the various formats for each and every kind of the item? How they will be normalized, how they will be transformed into other kind of the normalization form, that is now we are going to see. Okay, for example, we are having the total number of the items as text and as well as multimedia objects. Now coming to the text kind of the item, it will be converted into a standardized form called Unicode. Unicode is a standardized universal code, will be acceptable universally for each and every character having its own specification, like ASCII. ASCII is also one of the subset of the Unicode. So each and every character in the world of all languages can have its own code in the Unicode. Okay, every language has different internal binary encoding of the Unicode here. Okay, some of the standard codes are English, French, Spanish, and Iso-Latin. These are the languages having the standard encodings in the Unicode. So text and alphanumeric data or numeric whatever it is, that kind of the items can be changed into some kind of standard format like Unicode. But what about the next one, multimedia objects normalization? Multimedia objects, how they get transformed. Text and numeric it is okay, and alphanumeric is also it is okay, that will be converted in the Unicode. But coming to the concept of multimedia objects normalization, what is the meaning of multimedia objects normalization? How they can be converted? Actually, multimedia objects needed more data, so that's why they need extra dimension for the normalization process. They need, if the input video is MPG2, the standard formats are MPG1, AVI, or Real Media. For MTG standards, the most universal MTG is the most universal standard form. If at all you are having any video file that will be standardized in the MTG format or AV format or Real Media. And Real Media is also one of the common standard for low quality video that is used in the internet. So what kind of the standards of the videos you will use, those will be converted into the MPG and as well as Real Media. Okay. And now coming to the audio and image standards. How the audio and image follow some kind of the standards. What are the standards? Audio standards are typically WAV or Real Media. Okay, Real Audio. Image standards are nothing but JPG and as well as MPG. Like that, the item normalization can be done for the text and numeric and multimedia objects like this. Okay, so item normalization will be like this. So what is the next step now? We are going to see. See, in this, the first step is nothing but item normalization. The second one is selective dissemination of the information in document file creation. Okay, so here we need to talk about one thing, that is automatic file build, the fourth component. Let us see what are the things are there in the fourth component. That is nothing but automatic file build. Stands for automatic file build, short termed as AFB. Whenever we are going to generate some kind of the indexes, we are going to use that fourth component, that is automatic file build. So, what is the item normalization? Item normalization can be done like this. The text and numerical normalization can be used the Unicode, and here this is the Unicode. And coming to the multimedia objects normalization, for this multimedia objects normalization follows some kind of the universally acceptable standards like MPG, AVI and Real Media. These are the some universally standardable standards, and Unicode encoding is used for whatever text, whatever numericals that we are using the items. Okay, so this is nothing but. After the item normalization, we are having one more step that is called as what? Zoning. Okay, passing and zoning. Okay, so we have to pass the item, that is conversion of one form into another form, into the logical subdivisions. These logical subdivisions are called as zoning. Okay, the zoning is not at all invisible to user. It is visible to the user and is used to increase the precision search, to optimize the search. Okay, whenever you want to improve the quality of the search, you are always measure it as precision. Previous video we discussed about the precision and as well as recall. What is the meaning of the precision? Precision always tries to improve the topmost relevancy of the items whatever you are going to search. So whenever a precision is going to be increased in a document, we can say that the quality of the searching is improving and the search will be optimizing, we can say. Okay, so here in the parsing and zoning, the entire document is divided into some logical structuring, some logical structures. This feature is called as zoning. This zoning can be done in a way, is nothing but to improve the precision, to improve the quality of the searching of the document, and as well as to improve the quality of the searching of the optimization of the search. Like that, the parsing and zoning can be helpful in the searching of an item in a document. Okay. For example, we are going to talk about the typical item is subdivided into zones. These zones can be overlap or hierarchical, like title of the, for example, in the document we are having title of the document and author, who is the author, and what is the abstract and main text, conclusion and references. Like that, the entire document will be zoned or differentiated from one part to the another part for optimizing the search. Okay, so zoning means we are separating the components of the document like the title, author, abstract, main text, like that. Okay, references, conclusion, like that. This feature is called as the zoning. Zoning is very helpful to optimize the search and to improve the quality of the search. And coming to the next one, input words. Okay, so whenever we are having an item normalization, we have some kind of the input words. These input words can be divided into three different types. What is a word actually? A word can be a word is defined as a continuous set of word symbols bounded by interword symbols. So it is a continuous set of the characters normally we see. These words can be divided into three different classes. The first one is the valid word symbols, interword symbols, and specially processing symbols. What are the valid word symbols? Valid word symbols are nothing but the universally acceptable grammatical symbols, grammatical words. Okay, these are valid word symbols. Interword symbols are some special kind of the symbols. The alphanumeric combination. These are okay. These in many systems, interword symbols are non-searchable. Should be carefully selected. Some specially they are used to design. And examples of such kind of things are some combination of alphabetical and as well as the characters. And coming to the previous one, that is special word symbols. Sorry, special processing symbols. These are some special processing symbols which are used for some special purpose. For example, in our Linux operating system, we are having some special processing symbols like dollar symbol is used at the command prompt, and hash is used for some special purpose, and question mark is used for some special purpose, star is used for some special purpose. Like that, wildcard characters are very good example for this special processing symbols. That wildcard symbol star indicates many characters and question mark indicates only single character. Like that, the special processing symbols are designed for special purpose. They are having some special kind of the meaning. Okay, next. Here we need to talk about a new algorithm called stop list algorithm for searching, for enhancing the search in the zoning in the normalization. Stop and list algorithm is used to search for enhancing the search, and it is applied to the list of potential processing tokens. The main objective of this stop and list algorithm, here stop function can be used to save the system resources based on certain conditions. For example, stop all numbers greater than 9999 is a thing used to show only numbers which are greater than this symbol and below the numbers only in this place. Okay. So stop and list algorithm is used to search for an item based on certain constraint or certain condition. Okay. That is the main use of this stop and list algorithm. And the stop and list algorithm is used to enhance the search, enhance the precision, and improve the quality of the search, and as well as the optimization of the search. Okay, so these are the various things we have seen. Once again, we recap all these things just to see this. Okay, so here we are discussing about the functional overview of the information retrieval system. This functional overview of the information retrieval system, this diagram is describing the functional overview of the information retrieval system, item normalization, selective dissemination, and document file creation, automatic file building. Here, first step is nothing but whenever we give the output, the item normalization is going to be used. What is the meaning of the item normalization? Okay, in the item normalization, whatever item will be there, that will be put into some universally acceptable and standard format. What is the standard format normally? The Unicode will be followed by alphanumeric, and see here, Unicode will be used for alphanumeric. That is a universally acceptable standardized format. And the next one is nothing but multimedia objects can be converted into some set of the standard formats, and audio image will be converted into this kind of the standard formats. And one more thing we have seen, automatic file build used to generate the indexes. Okay, and parsing and zoning. This helps us to enhance the search. Zoning means that divides the entire document to increase the precision, to increase the optimization of the search, as title of the document, author of the document, abstract, main text, conclusion, and finally the references. And again, these items can be divided into three types of the words. These item words. Number one is the valid symbols, interword symbols, special processing symbols. Valid word are universally acceptable. Interword symbols are some combination of the things, combination of the words. And special processing symbols are used for wildcard characters. These are very good examples. And coming to the stop list algorithm, which is going to be used to search the entire document based on certain conditions and based on certain criteria. So this is nothing but some part of the information retrieval system. The next coming videos we discuss about the other contents of the information retrieval system. So continuously watch our videos. Don't miss. Please subscribe all of you to my channel Intangible Tutorials. Thank you for watching and patience with me. Thank you one and all. Thank you.